Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Duneske, where I'm pretty much not going to talk about what's going on in the video, for a while at least. I've been kind of doing some digging and doing some thinking. And don't worry, I'm not quitting Farm Sim, before anybody says that. Or before anybody even thinks that. Because I know when I say that, somebody's going to think, oh god, he's quitting. Nope, not quitting Farm Sim, not quitting YouTube. What I am going to say might annoy some people, and that's fine. It might reinforce some people's opinions, and it might actually surprise some of you. Because what I'm going to say is, let me start this off by saying, I'm trying to think of the way how to say this. I know what I want to say, I just don't know how to say it. Many of you know, by now, that I criticize Farm Sim a lot, I criticize Farm Sim mods a lot, I criticize pretty much the Farm Sim mod community a lot. And I'm sure there's at least one person out there that thinks, oh, he hates Farm Sim, he's just doing this for views, he's just playing the game because it's easy. If you think I'm playing the game because it's easy, look at the mods I'm using, and no. I play the game to challenge myself. I intentionally make the game a lot harder than it should be, so that I have more fun. I enjoy myself more when it's more difficult. But the reason I criticize the game and mods and the community a lot is because I think they could all be better. Especially the modding community and modders. There's a lot that could be improved there. I'm going to start off with pretty much my first point, which is the game itself. And Giants, well, the way Giants treat the game. This might sound like, I'm just wanting to criticize Giants again. But again, I criticize Giants because I love Farm Sim, and I think it could be better. And I think Giants are doing Farm Sim a disservice by saying, oh, well, FS15 is going to have the same engine, essentially. Because the engine, the very basis of Farm Sim 15, is the Farm Sim 11 engine. And while, yes, it works still, and it's relatively stable, it's Unity. It's pretty much a Unity game. How do I know this? All of the widgets in Giants Editor are Unity. It's a Unity-based editor. For whatever reason, Giants got away with editing it and calling it Giants Engine, but it's Unity-based. And that's all well and good. I mean, Unity and Giants Engine, whatever you want to call it, it's a good basis for a game. It's great. But, and here's where my criticism starts. Giants, I think, are getting a bit lazy. They're getting a bit kind of... I'm going to say they're getting a bit full of themselves, to be quite honest. Because Farm Sim is the best farming simulation game out there. The reason it is because it's the only one that's done competently. Farm Expert is fine, but I would count a lack of licensed vehicles and equipment as incompetent work. If you're doing a farming simulation, you either have licensed vehicles and equipment or realistic vehicles and equipment. Farm Expert has pretty much neither. They claim that it's realistic, but it's not. Cattle and Crops, I think whoever came up with that hoax, and I'm 90% sure it is a hoax at this point, I think they had the correct idea. And the idea was to advertise a farming game, real or not, it doesn't matter, to advertise a farming game that would blow Farm Sim out of the water. Because people would want that game. People want Farm Sim to improve. It's well known that Farm Sim could be improved and should be improved, and it's just not being improved. And why am I saying all this? Because I love Farm Sim. I think I would love to see Farm Sim get bigger and better and more wonderful. But if a better game came out, I'd swap to it. if Cattle and Crops did exist and it's as good as it looks, which is a bit too good to be true, to be quite honest, I'd get it and I'd play it and I'd enjoy it. But it's just too hoaxy. All the screenshots have been farm sim mods, all of them, including the newest one with the MB track. That's a farm sim mod. It literally has LS11 or whatever it was on the number plate. That's silly. And yes, Giants are going in the right direction by bringing Agco into the game. I'm not gonna knock them on that mark. They actually get marks for that. Well done, Giants. But the DLC is getting silly, isn't it? I mean, Giants released JCB DLC, which, yes, that's good. IT Runner, which is some trailers, and while I'm using it in the big farm, I'm pretty much using it just because I haven't really used it ever. And I do plan on using it some more in the future, because it is, I think it fills a bit of a niche. What other DLC did they bring out? The Gold Edition, which is, yeah, I'm going to admit Gold Edition is good. And I'm going to have to go to the Giants the Farm Sim website to find out what other DLC was released, which is a bit of an indictment on Giants, to be quite honest. What DLC was released? You've Gold New Holland DLC, which is a forage harvester. You're paying €4.99 for literally one piece of equipment, which, that's overpriced. Gold at $15.99, as I'm looking at here on Giants website. These prices are all in euros. €15 for the Gold Edition. That's fine. I would count that as a reasonable price for a map and several pieces of equipment. New Holland at €5 though. Realistically, you're getting one piece of equipment and some attachments for it, which, no. €5, no. JCB for €10, however, yes. New Holland loaders for free, obviously. Steam has in fact put New Holland loaders DLC on all games by default. IT Runner is, you're paying €8 for essentially one piece of equipment again, but it's a multifunctional piece of equipment, so it's kind of in between. Now if I go back to Farm Sim 13, because I'm on the Giants website, Titanium, which was by far the best DLC for Farm Sim between 2013 and 2015, €10. Now that price might have gone down. Lindner, which was very much like IT Runner being €8, Lindner was $5. Vaderstad, which was a lot of equipment, was $8. Yeah, Marshall Traders, which I personally loved, was €5. Ursus, which was a bit of a letdown, was $10. So, Giants don't seem to be getting their pricing quite correct on DLC, and they seem to be trying to release too much of it. I mean, 6 pieces for Farm Sim 15, and also 6 pieces for Farm Sim 13, so my opinion of them being more money grabby is actually wrong, and I apologise. I will apologise when I'm wrong. Moving on to mods in the modding community, and this is where things kind of start to go a small bit downhill. And this is for the community wide as well, the wider community. Good God, people, stop bitching, please. All I see on Facebook pages for Farm Sim is, oh, well, if you block an admin, you're banned from the group. Well, shouldn't you kind of wonder why the admin got blocked first before you ban someone? Because if the admin's abusing their power, that admin should go, and the person should be thanked instead of punished. And then all I ever see, and I know I've got a bit of this on Duneske as well, which I don't mind it being asked on this series, is, oh, is this a private map? Is this a private mod? Where's the link? Where's the link? Where's the link? Where's the link? That's why I've got a mod list. The entire reason I got a mod list is so people don't ask me for links. All the mods that I use are public. All the mods that I ever use are public. Yes, I edit the maps, but they're very simple edits that literally anybody can do. If I can do them, you can do them. And yeah, just so much bitching. Oh my god, all I ever see is bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching and then bitching about bitching, which is exactly what I'm doing. But I'm on YouTube, so screw you. And you know what? I still think the community is kind of good. It's not as bad as League of Legends. I don't think any community is bad as League of Legends. But it's getting close. It's getting unnervingly close to being as bad as the League of Legends community. Which says a lot. It's a very, very toxic place at times. Because it's constant. Like, FSUK is the only place where I think there's a good community because it's well moderated. But of course, because it's well moderated, people on Facebook decide, oh well, the moderators are evil and Nazi mods and blah 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 blah. My freedoms. No, that I would count FSUK as having very robust rules that are enforced in not only a fair manner, but in a consistent manner. And while they do let some things slide from time to time, there's usually a reason things are allowed to slide. But the Facebook pages, the rules are kind of ignored 90% of the time. If I see a rules post that's like, oh, these are the things that people will ignore for the next 6 months then. Or they'll be enforced for a week and then just all of the private mods will start reappearing. Because the rules inevitably say on Facebook, no private mods and no asking for links. But of course, the very next post on the page is a private mod and everybody asking for links. Which, yeah. Why I don't use private mods, to be quite honest, is I don't want to put up with people asking for links for them. And while I have been offered access to links for private mods for you guys, and I'm not even lying here, somebody, I don't know if they watch the channel. If you do, sorry I didn't get back to you. I was on one of my breaks last month when you sent the request to the Google Doc. They did ask if they could put links for their own private mods on there, and I pretty much said, I didn't reply, but my answer was no, because number one, I don't want to be seen on FSUK or wherever as the guy who gives out the private mods. I don't want to be that guy. I mod myself, not well and not quickly, but I do try and mod, and that's the reason I don't give out any of the maps that I've edited. I would love to give you guys Nuston. I'd have to fix quite a lot because I've introduced a ton of log errors with my edits, but if it was a free-for-all, which it seems to be on some Facebook pages, or on Facebook in general, despite copyright law saying not so much, if it was a free-for-all, and if I had absolutely no respect for the people who did these mods, I'd fix up my edit of Nuston and you would have it today. You'd have had it a month ago. But I have too much respect for the guys who actually go to the trouble of making these great mods and making these great maps. So Nuston is going to stay private. Throughout the making of Duneske, you'll see pretty much how I edited Nuston. Because Duneske is going to have very similar kind of aspects to it. The yards are going to be all NI modding buildings and a mix of stuff. And you'll see how to put it. I'll be showing you how to put in the compost master and all that kind of stuff. And I will rename the garden center, of course, to something more fitting than the German Garten Center. But yeah, you will find out how to do the edits that I've done to Nuston through this series. And so I'm showing you from start to finish, and if you're wondering why I'm focusing so heavily on the laneways, it's basically because and I haven't shown this at all in videos, I don't think. The lanes are going to be the backbone of the map. This is quite literally going to be the basis for the map itself, is the laneways, because they're kind of leading in and around, and every field will be connected to a laneway, at least one. And you know, sometimes you have to go up one way, down another, and whatever. But every laneway will have fields attached, and every field will have a laneway attached. So once I get the laneways done, then I'll be putting in the hedges, and I'll actually have to put in a shop first. I'll have to put in a shop and then some hedges. And the shop, wherever I put it, will not be in its final position. I basically need a shop so that I can buy vehicles. Because at the moment, if I were to bring this into in-game, it would just be, you know, I'd have the starter vehicles, if even that. So I'll need to throw in a shop somewhere, or even just the shop triggers, and work from there. And I think I've been in game once just to kind of check the PDA map I've got tentatively set up. PDA map, incidentally, is just a satellite overlay that I'm not actually going to use the PDA map. When the map is done, and the trees will be one of the last things to be putting in, more than likely, what I'll do is, I wonder, can I actually just put them into transform groups and set those transform groups to be invisible. I might see if I can do that. If I can, wonderful, because then I can just put the trees in whenever I want. Because I don't want the trees showing up on the PDA map, because no. And what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot from the PDA map area. I need to find out where the camera's usually put for the PDA map, and that's easily done because most maps, I think it's like 20,000 up, or 2,000 up, and I can use GIMP to put in some stuff that I want to put in, and then we're all set. What else was I going to talk about? Mods in general. And going back to my original bitchy, you know, just plain bitching about farm sim. Many of you know that the community is dominated by German modders and German mod authors and German map makers and what have you. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But it seems to me that the community is also dominated by people who just want 70-meter cultivators and 120-meter combine headers. Which is fine. I mean, if you want stupidly large equipment, that's fine by me, but good lord, do all of the mods have to be big? I mean, I spent the last, let's say 10 to 20 minutes, last little while looking for what was I looking for? A trailed forage harvester for the Duneske series. Now, I won't be doing a mod spotlight on it because I'm after retiring the mod spotlight series, just because, number one, I felt like I was pressured to find new mods every week, and there weren't always new mods every week. And kind of more importantly, the mods that I was finding, very few of them were of reasonable to high quality. And it was just kind of, well, here's 2 new bad mods that have various problems that I dislike. And no, I just don't like doing that. And I felt kind of guilty going, oh, well, this mod's crap, and this mod's crap, and this one's okay, but there's so many errors that it's useless. This mod's okay, but look at the work area, it's so wonky, the hitbox on this is wrong, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of taking the David Oldfield style of, well, I'm just not going to do spotlights. I'll show off stuff that I make, or edit, or whatever, and that's about as far as we'll get on that one. But I was looking for forage harvesters, trail forage harvesters for grass, specifically for, you know, those kind of crops. And I found a grand total of 2. There's a... If I just bring up Chrome here for myself. Where's the tab? Yeah. There's a John Deere 3765. And a... Oh, I found 3 actually, because I just remembered this one was the thing. A KPKU 75 and a JF. Now the JF is a reskin of the John Deere. And the KPKU is a Soviet looking thing, which is actually really cool, and I'm going to test it. But I've been going through all the mod sites, and I'm still going to try and go through some of them. Is that a different one? 3765? No. And all the mod sites have the same mods. Here's one for JF FCT 1050, and is this a reskin of a John Deere? It's probably not courseplay friendly. Oh no, it's a conversion of NI modding, which shouldn't have been done. And I'll test that as well. I don't mind people reskinning mods and converting mods and whatever, but good lord, do you have to upload them to... I'm guessing it's not them it's not the mod authors uploading them to every mod site, it's the mod site owners stealing the mods and uploading them everywhere. And to be quite honest, the lack of NI modding in FS15 is really, really, really obvious. It's painfully obvious. Because the quality of mods for FS15 is just down so much from 13. And am I close to the end of this video actually? I better just check. Oh, I am. And, you know, it's a shame. It's a real shame, and I kind of wish that somebody could have filled the gap, pretty much. But that didn't happen. Anyway, we are almost... Well, we're pretty much out of time now, because I've been nattering on about mods and stuff. So, I'm going to leave it here. Until next time, when we'll be... well, on Monday we'll be on the Big Farm, which I haven't recorded yet. Tuesday back on Nuston. Wednesday on Big Farm. Thursday back on Nuston. And Friday, I honestly have no idea what will be going on. And of course the weekend we'll be back here. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.